Yeah, I think this one's gonna turn out really good because I've been taste testing it as you've gone along. Hello and welcome to Sierra Make. We are back with another plum video, just like I promised. Today we will be making plum crumble. Just like before, go ahead and wash your plums, remove the skin and the pit, and measure out 2 to 3 cups of your plum pulp. For the crust and crumble of these gluten-free plum crumble bars, you need 1 3/4 cup of blanched almond flour, 1 cup of gluten-free rolled oats. I used these quick oats. 1/4 cup of coconut flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/3 cup of maple syrup, a 1/3 cup of softened coconut oil, and a 1/4 cup of almond butter. For the plum filling, you'll need 2 to 3 cups of plum pulp, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of tapioca flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. As always, the recipe I used is linked below, and all of my changes are noted in the description. First, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Line an 8 by 8 square pan with parchment paper and grease it. Next, in a large mixing bowl, add the first 4 dry crumble ingredients, which was the almond flour, the rolled oats, coconut flour, and cinnamon, and mix them all together. Now we add the wet ingredients, which was the maple syrup, the coconut oil, and the almond butter. Stir this together until the dry ingredients stick together, but it's still crumbly. Pour 2/3 of the mix into your pan and press it down to make the crust. Place the extra dough in the refrigerator and bake your crust for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, go ahead and set your crust aside to cool while we work on the plum sauce. Quick reminder, for this sauce you need 2 to 3 cups of plum pulp, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of tapioca flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Go ahead and pour your plum pulp into a saucepan and add your tapioca starch. I find if I add thickeners like tapioca or cornstarch before turning on the heat, it will mix better and won't clump up. Now you can turn the heat on and add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to have to reduce this plum sauce for about 35 minutes until it has the consistency of ketchup. A good way to test how thick it is to run your wooden spoon down the center of the pan, and it should take a moment before the sauce falls into that empty space. Once it's thick enough, go ahead and pour it onto your crust and spread it around evenly. Sprinkle on the other 1/3 of your crumble and bake it for 30 minutes until the top is nice and brown. Once it's done baking, go ahead and pull it out and stick it in the refrigerator to let it cool completely before slicing it up. And there you have it, a gluten-free plum crumble. I personally could not get enough of this dessert. It wasn't super sweet, but the tangy sour was just enough to excite my taste buds, and the texture was soft and chewy with a bit of a dusty crunch, if that makes any sense. Let's see what my family has to say.
It's good, but it's a little tart. Oh, it's very tart.
This is good, especially with whipped
And what are
cream.
the crumbs?
It's really not that sour.
It's sour. It's not my favorite. I don't like sour things like this. I want them sweet.
I like this because apparently I have a very low sour.
You know, I bet it'd be good if you put cream cheese on it.
Yes.
I like it. I like it.
So maybe it wasn't my family's favorite, but if you're a fan of not super sweet desserts, I definitely recommend trying this plum crumble recipe. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment if you made the recipe, and subscribe because I post every Friday at 3. Thank you for watching.